Hello everybody, and welcome to this, the first edition of our Braziers at Home videos that we're filming during lockdown. We're going to make a little video. You can say your name.
I'm Iris.
Yeah, good. About how to make a cafetiere. Lots of you have been coming online and buying coffee from us in our store, which is great, so thank you very much for that. Please keep it coming. We really appreciate your support. And I just thought it might be interesting to go through some of the basics of how to make a coffee at home. So I'm going to teach Iris here how to make a cafetiere. Have you ever made a cafetiere before?
No.
Have you ever made any coffee before?
No.
So this is a real video, and if Iris can get it right, then you guys can get it right as well. So today we're going to be using our blend Milltown blend, which is a darker roast, more European style coffee. So if you're used to getting coffee from the supermarket, it's probably closer to this sort of thing. It's probably what you're after. I've got a little grinder here. I like to grind it fresh, but you can order it ground from us as well, so that works fine too. Iris, can you push the button on the grinder, please? Yeah. So it's a cafetiere, so we want quite a coarse grind. And I'll talk you through that as we go along. The rough rule of thumb, the thing that you really got to know is that we're talking about 60 grams of coffee to a litre of water. So 60 grams of ground coffee to a litre of water. Iris, can you pull the little tray out of that grinder for me? This tray here, that will just pull out. Like this. Okay. Yeah, and then scoop some coffee into here until this says 60 grams.
Okay.
Alright, good. So what's your favourite thing about drinking coffee, Iris?
None of it.
None of it. You're not supposed to say that.
Well, I don't like coffee.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. Okay, exactly 60 grams. So we can hit Terrium. Now we're going to add a litre of water. Here we've got some water already boiled. It's important that you don't put it in straight after the kettle's on the boil. If you want to be really geeky about it, it's about 94 degrees that you want to brew it at. What we've done here is we've just let this sit for about 2 minutes as it's come out. And we're coffee roasters, so we've got a fancy kettle, but any kettle will do. Right, Iris. First thing we're going to do is just pour in enough water just to make all the coffee wet. So we're going to fill it up to about here. Can you have a go? You're going to manage? You want 2 hands? Yeah, very good. Alright. Nice one. And if you wiggle it around all over the place, then you'll make sure that you get all the grounds. Excellent, very good. That's it, pause it there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure every bit of those coffee's wet. It's called sort of pre-soaking. So if you give it a mix, make sure that all of those, none of those bits are dry anymore. And give it a whisk round. And what do you notice about the top of the coffee, Iris? What's it gone like?
It's gone sort of foggy. Brownie foggy.
Grey, browny, foggy, that's all they're talking behind the camera there as well. Yeah, it has. It's gone sort of bubbly and frothy on the top. That means that you're getting fresh coffee. Not just freshly ground, but freshly roasted. That means it's still active, and that's why all the good flavours are going to be there. If you don't see that on the top, which is often what you'll get from old supermarket coffee, you're losing a lot of flavour, and it's not so good. Right, fantastic. That's perfect now, Iris. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep adding the water until we get up to a litre here. So we're up to 153 millilitres, and we're going to keep adding. There we go. 1 litre, give or take. We can take that off the scales. Now you don't need to do it with the scales, you can just do it by eye, and really realistically that's what you do most of the time anyway. That's what I do. If you've got some scales and you want to do it just the first time so you can get an idea where the levels are in your cafetiere or whatever you're using at home, then that's great. And then we'd let this sit for sort of 3 or 4 minutes or something like that, and give it another little stir. It doesn't hurt to give it a stir. Make sure that the coffee is extracting evenly, which is going to help improve the flavour a little bit. Most of the time I don't bother doing it, but since we're sat here, that's great. Right, can you put this lid on then?
Maybe I can do some little, like they look a bit dry, and they're kind of white dots in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably little bits of the husk. There we go. And we're going to just push that down steadily and easily. That's So it gets tricky, doesn't it? Because all the coffee is blocking up the sip. It's running down through it. There you go. Fantastic. Iris, you made the first cup of coffee. How do you feel? Good. Alright, well done you. Fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, and there'll be more videos coming soon. All of you, click the red button please.